Hello everyone, it's been a while since I've done a video and I thought I would do a long-term follow-up on my Lowrider ST and some of the mods that I did. I've had a number of viewers ask me, how do I still like my modifications, or how do I still like my bike? And so I thought this would be a good time to do a long-term follow-up. I've had my Lowrider ST now for, gosh, more than a year and a half, almost 2 years, and gone over 18,000 miles. I've been to Sturgis on it and rode 3,500 miles on that trip to Sturgis. And so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to give my views on what I think of the bike overall, now that I've had it for such a while. First off, let me say that the Lowrider ST is a fantastic bike. It's great for touring, it's great for short rides around the city. I use it as a daily commuter to go to work. I really have no complaints whatsoever. It's kind of perfect for my uses. I'm about 5'7" with a 30-inch inseam, so this bike with its lighter weight and more maneuverability make it a very easy bike for me to handle and drive well. Let me talk about the modifications that I did to the bike and what I think of them long term. I'm going to give them a rating. The first rating I'll give is either a thumbs up, that this is a great modification, I would do it again in a heartbeat. The second rating I'm going to give is kind of a middle rating, kind of a thumb sideways rating, and that's for a modification that, you know, it's kind of nice to have, but you don't really need it. And then the last rating is, of course, a thumbs down. And that rating would be, yeah, I regret getting that modification and I would never do that again. That being said, the modifications I did do to the bike, none of them I'm really giving a thumbs down. And the reason is because I really researched all the modifications and parts that I added to my Lowrider prior to buying it and putting it on the bike. So of course I did a lot of research, went through the internet, found a lot of reviews, and really only purchased those modifications or those parts that I thought would work well. And some of them did work really well, and some of them were just, yeah, this is okay, not sure I would do it again, but it's nice to have. Okay, so let's start out with my first modification. I think the first one I want to talk about is the forward controls. These forward controls are factory Harley parts. They're from a 2025 Heritage Softail. I will put up a parts list picture right now so that you can see the parts list. I neglected to do that last time, so now you can pause the video and take a look at the parts if this is something that you want to do to your bike. Now, the forward controls were a must-have for me. This is definitely a thumbs up. This made the bike much more comfortable. I was able to tour easily. The forward floorboards made it easy to stretch out on the bike and shift position of your legs, so it was very comfortable riding long term. The pros, of course, is that it makes the bike very comfortable, perfect for long-term touring. The cons are, well, the cost. This is about a $1,400 modification, not including the time you spend installing it yourself. And you do lose some lean angle of the bike. With the factory mid controls, you do get a much greater lean angle. So if you're a person that is very aggressively riding your Lowrider and really leans into the turns, and that's how you enjoy your Lowrider, it's not a modification that I would recommend for you. But for me and my usage, it's perfect. The other modification I'd like to talk about is the seat. I do have a Corbin seat. It's called the Wall Seat Close version. And I actually did the ride-in service. I would highly recommend you do the ride-in service if you're going to get a seat. Getting a Corbin seat where you do the ride-in service, they tailor the seat to you. In other words, you go in there, you ride into their factory, you sit on the seat, they do various measurements, they cut the pad to fit you, you ride around a little bit, you give them feedback, they recut the seat, you choose everything. You choose the design, the stitching, the color, the leather. You really customize it. It's very much like having a custom tailored suit, a bespoke suit, as opposed to an off-the-rack suit. The reason I like the wall is it really gives you this lumbar support as well, so that when you're riding on long touring trips, this lumbar support really supports your back, and it gives a very sporty look. So this is definitely a thumbs up modification, a must-have for me. Let's talk about the handlebars. What I added to the bike to make it more comfortable for my position in the seat is I did add this Kraus SDC Dagger pullback plate. I also added their Workman risers, and that is paired with a Thrashin Supply high bend bar. This combination for me made it perfect for my seating position. I was not hunched forward, my arms didn't fatigue. It made it very easy to ride again and control the bike. Now, if you're a different height, of course, you're going to probably get different riser heights or even different bars. So part of it is the aesthetics as well, but with this all together, the positioning was set up perfectly. Transitioning now to the back of the bike, I did add these Advan black brake and signal lights, and that's for increased visibility. I would definitely rate this as a must-have. This is a thumbs up. Also, I added the Custom Dynamics brake light strobe. So if you look here, the brake light will strobe. That strobing effect draws the attention of cars coming at me and also hopefully prevents rear end collisions. Also, when I signal, you'll note that the signals are very bright and on the saddlebags, which also increases visibility. So that's a must-have for me. Another modification, which is very useful, were these saddlebag guards, both rear and front, with the Mustache engine guard. For the rear, I used the SBC Performance engine guard to protect the bags, and also from the front, I used the standard Harley parts and accessory Mustache engine guard. For me, this is another thumbs up. This is a necessary modification because it protects the bike long run from damage should you have a tip over. And then also, if you happen to tip over or get in an accident, it'll prevent the bike from laying down on you or on your leg. And that is a big safety concern for me. It also looks really good, so I'm quite pleased with it. Another modification I did is really internal, and it was to the clutch. I added a Mueller power clutch, and what that does is it reduces the pull of the clutch. As you get into the bigger engines for the Harleys, the pull for the clutch gets harder and harder, just because there's more power and torque developed in the engine, so they need a harder clutch. The Mueller power clutch makes that clutch pull very easy. You can see here me just pulling it with a couple fingers. That's an internal part that's installed right over here. I did that work myself. It's quite easy to do. Another highly recommended modification. I give that a thumbs up. Another great modification that I feel was necessary was adding this quad lock mount to my center console. I hard mounted this in with their mounts and attached it to their wireless charging as well as a vibration dampener. This allows me to attach my phone, not so much for making phone calls or messages or things like that, but more for navigation. There is no LCD screen on the Lowrider ST for navigation, so having a phone right here and available to you to do your navigation is fantastic. I also led the wire down right into the USB port that's on the left side of all Softails. Another modification that you're not going to be able to see is in the rear shock underneath the seat. I did install a Codlin lowering kit, which lowers the bike about an inch and a half, but does not change the travel of the rear shock. That was important to me because I only have a 30-inch inseam, so getting the bike a little bit lower where I'm not on my tippy toes helps me with my confidence in controlling the bike. So that's also a great thumbs up. let me talk about my Bassani slip-on muffler. This is another great modification. I like the look of the muffler. I liked that it cut down the weight from the OEM muffler, and I really love the sound. It has a nice deep throaty sound. The last modification that I'll talk about is this fueling vented dipstick. What the idea is it will allow oil mist and water vapor to escape from the system and vent out under the bike. I do like it. I think it's a great addition because you'll notice I added a clear tube here, and on certain days I will see condensation forming in this clear tube, which tells me that water vapor is escaping from the oil. I feel that long term that can only help me, help with the longevity of the engine. So although I like this modification, I'm not sure it's a necessary modification, but it is something that gives me peace of mind. I kind of give that a kind of a thumbs up, maybe a halfway thumbs up, because it's not really something that you need to get, and you could certainly do without, but it gives me a peace of mind to have. Here's another modification I did that was very easy, very inexpensive. I put magnets on my oil filter. The reason I put magnets on there is the idea is that as dirty oil flows through the oil filter, those magnets will capture any ferrous or other magnetic particles and trap them in the filter. There's actually a lot of good scientific evidence behind this. There's been oil analysis of the oil prior and after magnets, and the magnets definitely do trap more material. So this is an absolute thumbs up. That is a necessary modification for me, very easy and very inexpensive. So what I really went through were the functional modifications that I did to my bike. I did not go through most of the cosmetic modifications because that really didn't change the way the bike worked. And it's really more of a personal aesthetic preference. I'll do cosmetic changes in a later video, but long term for the functional modifications I did, I'm very happy with all of them. All of them are working exactly as intended with no issues. I've not had any issues with any of the modifications I did. If you have any questions about any of the modifications, shoot me an email. Be happy to answer them for you. So for now, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.